Saber Interactive CEO and the developer for Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, Matthew Karch, appears to have confirmed the authenticity of that YouTube comment on Asmongold's YouTube channel, indicating that he was crying, or some of the games made him cry, or almost made him cry over at Embracer Group because of how they had overblown woke messaging or were trying to impose morals on to gamers. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And just as a recap and a comment on a video of the Asmongold TV YouTube channel, where Asmongold reacts to legendary drops of Space Marine 2 as a reminder of what we lost, Karch, or someone posing as Karch at the time, it looked like it was Karch to me, made his opinion clear. He wrote this: "Hey man, CEO of Saber here. I love your videos. When we signed the deal to make Space Marine 2, all I wanted was a throwback game. We had the chance to work on something which by its nature was old school. I can't even comprehend many of the current games that we play these days. They are too complex and too much of an investment." He then said, "We worked on Halo back in the day, and that game can be distilled down to the simplest of shooting loops, but it was entirely addicting. That is what we wanted to recapture." He then shared his hope that Space Marine 2 and Black Myth Wukong are the start of a revival in the video game industry to get back to fun and immersion. He said this: "I hope that games like Space Marine 2 and Wukong are the start of a reversion to a time when games were simply about fun and immersion." He then lamented the state of the industry during his brief time as the chief operating officer at Embracer Group. He says, "I spent some time as chief operating officer at Embracer, and I saw games there that made me want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals on gamers. We just want to do some glory kills and get the heart rate up a little. For me, that is what games should be about." So that is what he posted on YouTube, and now it appears that he is confirming the authenticity of that post in a response to the Games Fund founder Ilya Arameev on LinkedIn. Arameev praised Karch for the post on YouTube, writing this on his LinkedIn: "One of the coolest things I've read recently, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is a badass game. We played it in co-op with Maria Kochmola and had tons of fun. So refreshing to see Matthew Karch engaging with the community-based CEO. I wish big companies will hear the community and their customers, players, and not just shareholders." And Karch responded, "Whoever wrote that seems pretty sharp." And just to make it clear that that is indeed what he posted, and it was a reply to that post, here is the post on LinkedIn. We're looking at it right here, Ilya Arameev, and then we scroll down here and we will find Matthew Karch's comment. There it is right there, CEO at Saber Interactive. Whoever wrote that seems pretty sharp. That is exactly what he wrote. If you want to click through, we'll click through, and it says he is the CEO at Saber Interactive. He's making a number of posts about it. This is Matthew Karch. I think he is clearly confirming the authenticity of that comment, and that he is the one who wrote it. And if he wasn't the one who wrote it, he clearly agrees with it, because again, he says whoever wrote that seems pretty sharp. And then I don't know if he was trying to put a smiley face there, but he's got a little smile there. I think he's confirming that he wrote this. That is my opinion on this. But you guys let me know what you think about this in the comments below. But on top of him confirming this, if you look at his most recent post on LinkedIn, he actually revealed that the game wildly surpassed Saber Interactive's projections for the game. In fact, the success of the game led to Aleph Capital Partners and Crestview Capital Partners to fund Saber Interactive. He wrote this: "After our departure from Embracer, we have been working on finding a partner with the resources to help Saber grow and with the foresight to believe in our business plan. On the heels of our release of Space Marine 2, which has already wildly surpassed our projections, we are proud to announce that we have taken on 2 equity investors, Aleph Capital Partners and Crestview Capital Partners. I can't express how happy I am to have gotten this done and how excited I am to be working with Jamie and Brian. This is a new chapter in Saber's history, and we are well equipped to help change the face of the game industry. We could not have gotten here without the support of Lars, Kiki, and Jacob from Embracer. I have and always will consider them to be part of our family. And of course, a massive thanks to my brother, the keyboard god, Michael Levy, who has been our advisor, friend, confidant, and my personal therapist for the past 18 months. He then declared, Saber is committed to changing the way we make and deliver games. Gone will be the days of 100 million plus budgets and the nickel and diming of gamers. Our industry has been stuck in the Jurassic era of bloated budgets and risk-laden releases for way too long. With Crestview and Aleph by our side, we are poised to change that. So that is his post there on LinkedIn. Clearly, he delivered. Space Marine 2 delivered what gamers are looking for. You're giving them fun, giving them something that they are excited to play. He's confirming this comment too, which I think is going to spur even more people to purchase this game. In fact, if you look at it right now, this is an update from earlier today. Space Marine 2 has taken the top spot for the top selling game on Steam and is only behind Steam Deck as the top selling product on Steam. Final Fantasy 16 was in that top spot earlier today, but Space Marine 2 has surpassed it. So big things happening for this game. You look at the player base. You can see that it had a peak concurrent of 225,690 when it launched on September 9th, which was just a little over a week ago. So what do we, I can do math, 11 days ago. Since then, the player count has declined, but it still boasts nearly 100,000 concurrent players in the past 24 hours. So I think we're probably going to see some more sales for this game, given the fact that it is now confirming the authenticity of that post. And he obviously delivered for gamers. And I think the biggest takeaway for this is that he delivered a non-woke Warhammer product, while Games Workshop, the owners of Warhammer, have been fully embracing the woke agenda with their female Adeptus Custodes and putting all kinds of weirdo sexual identity and gender politics into their universe, which has, I think, caused a lot of drama with the upcoming Amazon production that Henry Cavill is attached to. But this shows that Warhammer can definitely succeed without any of that stuff. Matthew Karch leading the way here, potentially righting the ship for Games Workshop, showing them that, hey, you don't need to embrace all of this absolute lunacy and you can go big with it and people will love you for it. And maybe gets them to right the ship. And he's also showing video game developers that, hey, when you actually embrace the gamers, they will respond. They will support the game. And like I said, he indicated that the game has exceeded their expectations, right? What did he say here? Let's read it. He says, let's repeat this here, has already wildly surpassed our projections. So that is phenomenal for this game, for this company, for Saber Interactive. And it looks like they have a very bright future ahead of them. It'll be interesting to see what they have coming up next when it comes to Warhammer. If they will do a next Space Marine game, if they will do potentially any kind of spin-offs or things like that, because it looks like they might be doing smaller projects and maybe franchising them out. And that might be how they change the video game business model. But let me know what you guys make of Matthew Karch seemingly, it looks like he did, in my opinion, he did, confirming the authenticity of that YouTube post on Asmongold's channel. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.